Okay, so welcome to our Wednesday Yoga Nidra. Today we are focusing on the root chakra, the muladhara chakra. So if you're not already, take the next couple of minutes to just move the body in any way you need to. Yoga Nidra is a practice we do in relaxation, traditionally in Shavasana. But you can do it in any reclined pose. So if you are transitioning from your day and you just need to give yourself a little shake or do a little cat-cow or just do anything to help you to settle, because ideally in Yoga Nidra, we are still. The body is so comfortable and relaxed that we can essentially let the body fall asleep. And then we're able to go on this guided journey through our energetic consciousness. So again, I always kind of say, like, if you're feeling a little bit, fidgety or like there's a lot of energy in the body, just maybe get up and shake it out or stretch it out, and then start to bring yourself into a supported position. Yoga Nidra means yogic sleep. And the idea, though, is that while the body may appear to be asleep, we are awakening through sleep. And this is an ancient practice that ties in with recalibrating and resetting our energetic systems. We, with the new year, we've started a chakra series. So the chakra system is another energetic anatomy system that we use in yoga and tantra and kundalini and other various practices, various lineages. And so we're kind of really connecting to the energy of also the koshas and the chakras. And so it's a really powerful time. This week in particular is the most root chakra week of the root chakra week. We have the new moon yesterday in Capricorn, if you follow astrology, but that's the cardinal earth element. We have a Venus in the Venus cycle. The ancient Sumerian Venus cycle has just entered the root chakra, also in Capricorn. So everything that's going on right now is basically all of our foundation, our systems, our government, our authority, our family of origin belief systems. Everything is kind of up for reorganization. Right? So reorganization is a word I'm trying to use right now as we look at what's happening in the world, right? Like, it's very easy to say like dissolution or destruction or all of that, but I kind of like this idea that we're reorganizing the energetic systems and the physical systems. So today we are diving into the root chakra, the muladhara chakra. This is the chakra of survival, of ancestry. And so just take the next few breaths if there's any movement happening in your body. And then if you're not there already, go ahead and come into a relaxed position. So you can lie on your back. I recommend support under the knees, under the head, and maybe covering your eyes. You could be in a side lying shavasana, lying on your side. Again, same thing, support under the head, between the knees if you practice restorative yoga and there's a position that you know you can comfortably hold. The Yoga Nidra practice is about 30-35 minutes. And so again, we ideally want the body, especially talking about the root chakra, to feel safe and supported and grounded. So just start to settle into that space. Start to deepen your breath and give yourself permission to go on this Yoga Nidra journey today into the root chakra, to descend into the root system, to help to discard, dissolve, reorganize any outdated structure, system, belief, ancestry, anything connected to our survival, to our physical material world. This is an opportunity to really look at our roots, to really look at those practices which sustain us physically and decide what we want to discard into the winter darkness and what we're going to begin to stir into the seeds planted for spring. So allow yourself a few more deep breaths, get as comfortable as you can be. I highly recommend covering the eyes with something, covering the eyes, making sure you're warm, making sure you're comfortable. So tending to that sense of survival, knowing you will not be interrupted, knowing you can be still, that you can be safe. And the practice of Yoga Nidra for the muladhara chakra begins now. Take a deep, deep breath in through the nose. Fill the belly, fill the body all the way up. Open mouth, exhale completely out. And then again, take a big inhale, fill your belly up all the way up. Open mouth, exhale, allow the tailbone to settle closer to the earth. Take another big breath in, fill the belly, and at the top, hold your tension in the body. Squeeze your face, squeeze your hands, squeeze your feet, squeeze your body. Bring as much tension into the body as you can. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Focus on releasing the tension as you melt back into the tailbone, into the spine, into the structure of the body and the earth. Feel your skeleton, that which holds you and allows you to move through the musculature. Sink into the skull, the spine, the arms, the pelvis, and the legs. Give yourself to the bones, to the earth, to the roots for this practice. Call yourself so deeply into the structure that holds, supports, and sustains you. Call yourself into the bones. Call yourself back to the roots. Call yourself to the earth. Give yourself permission to follow the sound of my voice, to let go of anything outside of this journey. You are safe, you are supported, you are held. Call yourself here. Call yourself into the bones, into the roots, into the earth. Calling all your senses in. Letting everything else outside of you to melt into the bones, the roots, and the earth. And as you call yourself in, gather your attention at the base of your spine. The base of your spine, your tailbone. Call yourself here exactly as you are today, with all that you have, all that you are. Focus all your attention at the base of the spine, at the tailbone. And as you pull your attention, your energy, as you pull yourself into this space at the tailbone and the base of the spine, imagine a red root descending from the base of the spine and the tailbone down through the mat or the bed or the pillows or the floor, down through the concrete, the glass, the dirt, the mud, the muck. Imagine dropping this red root all the way down, 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 until it connects to the red, raw, crystalline core of the earth. Drop this connection into the earth. And as you drop it in, you feel a sense of security, of safety. And as you breathe, you draw this red energy of the earth up through this red root, back up to the base of the spine. And as you exhale, you release back into the earth. And as we move through this journey today, we'll continue to return to this opportunity for descent, for release, for reconnection here at the root. Focusing at the root, the tailbone, the base of the spine, the energy that moves down into the earth. And as you feel into this space, as you feel connected and grounded and supported by the earth, all your attention and energy focused here at the base of the spine, at the tailbone, at the red root, moving into the red core of the earth. This This is where we will offer our intention, our sankalpa. And if you are already working with sankalpa, you might stay with that statement. The sankalpa is a short, positive statement spoken in the present tense, usually beginning with an I, an I am, or I feel. And it can be specific to this practice. And we are just barely into the new moon. This is a powerful time to set intention around our root, around our security, around our survival, but again, not relating to anything outside of ourselves. So as you drop the connection into the earth, you can offer this sankalpa. And it could be something like, I am safe, I am supported, I trust. Or whatever language arises for you as you make this connection between your root and the earth. And it might even just be a feeling of safety, a feeling of trust, a feeling of belonging. And allow yourself to drop that energy down the root from your tailbone to the earth 3 times with gratitude and faith. And once you have placed the sankalpa down into the deep core of the earth, the red core of the earth, and you are connected through the red root focused at the base of your spine, we will start to move this earth energy through the body. And as we move through the body, I want us to focus on this energy moving through the bones. Moving through the bones. The bones are what brings us closer to the earth, to ancestry. Again, the bones are what allows the structure that the muscles can wrap around that allows us to move. And so as you feel into that bony tailbone area, again, focus at the bone. You can imagine, as I call it, these areas that you're seeing the bones. And it doesn't matter if you're familiar with the exact skeletal structure. This is about feeling your bones, moving this earth energy through your bones. Feeling in again to the bony tailbone, the root. And then bringing your attention down into your right foot. And feeling the bones of the toes. The right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Feeling the little complex bones of the toes on the right foot. Feeling the top of the foot and the bottom of the foot. Into the bones of the ankle, the complexity of the ankle bone down into the foot, the right foot. Up the 2 bones that make up our shin, and where those bones plug into the knee, feeling into the joint of the knee, feeling the bones of the right foot, bones of the right leg, plugging into the joint of the right knee. And then we move into the right thigh, the biggest bones of the body, the femur bone. Feel the big bone of the right thigh, strong and sturdy. And how this big bone plugs into the hip. And as it plugs into the hip, again, just feel the whole right leg from where it plugs into the hip down to the little bones of the toes. Your whole right leg, the bones of the right leg. Again, feel into your tailbone. And then down into the left foot. Feeling into the toes, the bones of the toes, the big toe on the left foot, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe, these little bones of the foot, bottom and the top of the foot, and where the foot connects to the ankle. And again, the complexity of the joints in the foot and the ankle, the bones of the foot and ankle as it ties into the 2 shin bones, plugging into the left knee, which plugs into that femur bone on the left side, the big, strong femur bone on the left side that plugs into the hip socket. And you feel your whole left leg from the ball and socket joint in the left hip, down the left leg, all the way to the tips of the toes. You feel the bones on the left leg. And then you feel again into your tailbone. From your tailbone, you feel out into the sits bones, the right and left, and the curve of the pelvic bowl, the pubic bone, the pelvis. Just focus your attention on moving through that pelvic bowl. Again, the tailbone, the sits bones, the pelvic bowl, and how that connects in the back from the tailbone to the sacrum, up the whole spine. Dance your attention up the spine, from the tailbone, through the vertebra and the low back, to the mid back. And as we reach the mid back, we wrap to the right ribs. We feel into that cave of the right ribs, protecting the organs. And then back around to the spine. And we feel that mid spine, how it wraps around to the left, the cavern of the ribs on the left side, encasing the heart. Then you feel back into the spine, moving up to the upper spine, and you feel into the right shoulder blade and the left shoulder blade, climbing up to the neck. And you feel the little bones in the neck, the little vertebra of the neck, the whole spine. And as you feel into the neck, we feel into the right shoulder blade. We plug into the shoulder. We plug into the shoulder socket, down the right arm, the bones of the upper arm, plugging into the elbow as it moves into the bones of the forearm. And again, the complexity of the joints and bones in the right wrist, the right hand, the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Feeling the bones and joints of the right hand and wrist, right arm and elbow, back up the right upper arm, plugging into the shoulder. And then again, feeling across right shoulder blade, the upper spine, the neck, over to that left shoulder blade, and again, plugging into the left shoulder socket. Down through the left upper arm, plugging into the elbow, into the forearm, plugging to the wrist, and then reaching out into the bones and joints of the left hand, front and back of the hand, the left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, pinky finger, feeling all the bones and joints of the left hand, back up through the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and then back into the spine. And again, feel the spine resting on the earth, climbing again up through the neck, into the base of the skull. And as you feel into your skull, the back of the skull, the top of the skull, feel the front of the skull and the face, the right eye socket and the left eye socket, and down into the bones of your face, your nose, your cheekbones, the jaw, and all the teeth. Feel into the intricacy of your skull, face, over to the right ear and the little bones, the littlest bones in the body in the right ear and the left ear, little bones, all the bones of the face, the whole skull, the teeth, the jaw, the chin, whole skull and the bones of the ears and the teeth. And then again, feeling down the neck, the back of the throat, coming into the right collarbone and left collarbone, the breastbone, and how it plugs into the ribs. And again, feeling the ribs from the front to the right and the left. And then back down into the pelvis and the tailbone. And as you feel into the tailbone, feel into the whole right side of your skeleton, from the bones of the toes to the bones in the right ear. Just scan across your skeleton, moving this root energy, this earth energy through the right side of your skeleton. And then back to your tailbone. And moving your consciousness through the left side of the skeleton, from the tips of the toes to the little bones of the left ear. Feeling the whole left side of your skeleton, this root earth energy moving through the left side of your skeleton. Feeling back into the tailbone. And from the tailbone, feeling up the spine, into the skull, out into your arms, down the spine, into your legs. Feel your whole skeleton resting on the earth. Feel the shape of your skeleton, the earth energy moving through your skeleton. Feel your whole body, all the bones. Feel all of your bones come online. And as you feel your skeleton connected, all connected to this root at the tailbone, feeding into the earth. As you breathe, again, imagine drawing that earth energy up into the body from the tailbone, from the root. And as you exhale, releasing out. And as you breathe up and down this grounding cord into your skeleton, you give permission for the inner genius, the inner healer to reset your bones in the most subtle of ways that you need to better sustain and serve and support your physical world. And so as you inhale energy up from the earth through the skeleton, and then exhale back down the root into the earth, we allow the little adjustments that we need at this time from the energy body into the physical body, from the earth into the root, into the bones. And all you have to do is breathe. Breathe from the root, from the earth into the bones, from the bones back down the root into the earth. And you might imagine like a red light coming up and washing over your bones. And as you exhale, maybe it's a dirty color, a gray, a brown, or just a different red that you're releasing back into the earth to be transformed. Allow yourself to stay with this subtle bone healing, this bone resetting, this root connecting. All you have to do is breathe that earth energy up into the bones and exhale back down the root into the earth. Breathe into the bones, back into the earth. Breathing earth energy up into your bones from the root and the tailbone, and then releasing back down into the earth. And trust that this process will continue for as long as you need it, as you allow your bones to rest and reset. But breathe your breath awareness at the root, at the tailbone. Feel into this area, just really bringing all the breath into the muladhara chakra, the root support at the base of the spine. Again, knowing that energy is continuing to flow up into your bones, down into the earth. We focus at the base of the spine. And I'm going to ask you to experience some mental and emotional sensations, but continue to feel into this earth energy, this rooted, connected earth energy at the base of the spine, knowing that you are safe to feel and sense whatever comes up, and that this is also a powerful way to release what no longer serves you. So focusing all your attention at the base of the spine, breathing into the base of the spine. And as you inhale, feel an expansion at the base of the spine. What is it like when you experience expansion at the base of the spine, at the root chakra? What happens when I ask you to experience expansion? Is there a color? Is there a sensation, an emotion? We don't need to get caught up in a story, but when you feel into the root chakra and you call in expansion, what is that felt sense? And then we allow the base of the spine to move into the opposite of contraction. What happens when you feel into the root and you contract? There is a contraction at the root chakra. What is the felt sense of contracting at the root? Let that go and just feel into the root, into the root. And as you focus on the root, feel heavy. What is heaviness like at the root chakra? Feeling into heavy, heavy. Let the heaviness in the root chakra go and call in light, light. Light in the root chakra. How do you experience light in the root chakra? Let that go. Focus on the energy at the base of the spine, the connection to the earth, your root energy into the earth, and call in the experience of rejection. Rejection. What happens when you reject at the root? When the root is rejected. Rejection. Let that go and call in acceptance. What happens when you ask to experience acceptance at your root chakra? Experience acceptance. Let that go. Feel into the energy at the base of the spine. Feel into the energy at the base of the spine and call in the experience of paralyzed. Paralyzed. What happens when we feel into paralyzed without a story, but paralyzed at the root? What happens when the root chakra is paralyzed? And then let that go and call in responsive. Your root chakra is responsive. What happens when your root chakra can respond? What does it feel like when your root chakra is responsive? Responsive. Let all of that go. Let go of anything at the root. And again, just feel into the root. Feel into that connection to the earth as you release into the earth anything that is outdated and no longer serves you from these mental and emotional experiences, named and unnamed. Surrender back into the earth anything from your system, your structure that is outdated, that no longer serves. And then again, just feel into the energy, the pure energy at the base of your spine. And as you feel into this energy at the base of the spine, knowing you are still connected to this root in the earth, begin to just breathe in and out a red, rich light. red, rich light. Breathing in and out of red light at the base of the spine. If any other images or symbols come up, let them go and just breathe into this red light at the base of the spine. Red light at the base of the spine. And as you breathe into this red, rich light at the base of the spine, you begin to see from the red light a 4-petaled lotus. The petals, the 4 petals are red. And there is a square of yellow in the middle of them. The yellow square in the middle of these rich red petals, 4 petals with a yellow square. And in the yellow square, there is a red upside down triangle. At the base of the spine, 4 red petals around a yellow square. Inside the square is an upside down red triangle. And you focus all your attention, visualizing the red, the 4 red petals, the yellow square, the upside down red triangle. And as you bring your attention into that red triangle inside the yellow square, surrounded by 4 red petals, focusing on the red upside down triangle. And as though you are dropping into that red upside down triangle, as you drop into that red upside down triangle, you see an ancient tree with deep roots. Ancient tree with deep roots. Bones in the desert. Bones in the desert. A castle made of stone. A castle made of stone. A broken wand. A broken wand. A white elephant. A white elephant. The summit of the highest mountain. The summit of the highest mountain. A structure that has been burned down. A structure that has been burned down. Placing a seed in the earth. Placing a seed in the earth. And as you see yourself placing a seed in the earth, you again drop into that deep connection of the earth. A deep connection from the base of your spine down into the earth. And as you place that seed in the earth, you feel and hear your intention. Or maybe a new symbol or language has come through. And as you drop down into the earth, we listen. We listen to our intention. And then we listen to the earth. We listen to the roots. We listen to the bones. Knowing you are held and safe deep down in the earth, you surrender everything else and you listen. Listen to your intention. and you listen to anything else that is being whispered to you from the ancestors, the roots, the bones, the seeds, the stones. You listen to the earth. You listen to your root chakra. You surrender into bliss and deep rest, and you listen to the earth, the bones, the roots, the seed. Listen. You are listening to the earth. You are listening to your root chakra. You are listening to the seeds that have been planted at this wintry time. And as we continue to move through this new moon cycle, this new year, we invite the bones to speak. We invite the roots to speak. We invite the ancestors to speak. We invite the wisdom of the seeds being placed. We set the intention to listen to the bones, the roots, the stones, the earth, and the seeds. And as you call yourself back, you again feel into the root. And whatever your intention, whatever your sankalpa, we add in that quality of deep listening. Deep listening to the bones, the root, the earth, the seed. And as you call yourself back again into the base of the spine, you feel your whole skeleton, your whole self. You feel yourself whole, safe, supported. You have the right to be here. You belong here. You are ready to do the work that is yours to do. That you feel in your bones. And this practice of Yoga Nidra for the root chakra is now complete. You are always welcome to stay and rest and sleep. Otherwise, start to breathe into your bones. And you can keep that root cord into the earth. That's a practice that's always good, but especially right now, just throughout your day, consciously dropping a root down into the earth, helping to feel grounded and anchored. You can also draw it back up now if that is more comfortable for you. And then if and when you choose, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes, start to move from the bones as they reconnect back to the muscles and tendons and all the juicy parts of the body. Take your time, wiggle, stretch, rock, and move. And if and when you're ready, you can sit your bones up. Find a comfortable seat on the earth. Maybe still feeling rooted and connected to the earth. And this is a very intense week, a very intense time. Please tend to yourself, tend to your care, tend to your home and your body. Take a deep, deep breath in. Open mouth, let it go. And you can place your hands on the body in a way that feels good. And you can just listen or you can join in. We're going to finish by toning the sound of the root chakra, which is alarm. We'll do a nice big alarm. Take a deep, deep breath in from the root. And I bow to you. Thank you for sharing this practice today. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Turn off the recording.